All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, first of all, I got to apologize for my last video. The audio was really messed up, and it was a really bad echo. I had changed the setting on there and didn't check it before I put it up, so I apologize for that. But we're gonna get into this. I want to just point out a few things, and we'll go over some stuff because AOC had come out. There's a bunch of people coming out against the picks that Donald Trump has been making for his cabinet, and apparently we're going to push every available fund we have imaginable to Ukraine before President Trump gets into office. Look, and I'm going to point this out. This is one of the main components of why the left lost this election. So, hey, keep this stuff up because you keep going this route, the Democrats will never get into power again. So, that's just my thoughts on it. People are tired of seeing their hard-earned tax money get stripped from them, me included, going to foreign wars in foreign countries when we have way big problems. Like we got major problems here at home in the US, and sending all of our taxpayer dollars overseas to fund foreign wars in foreign countries when we've got major issues here at home. It's one of the main components as to why the left is losing so badly nowadays. And we're going to go over a few of these, but this is just one of them here. We're going to take a look at this. This is Anthony Blinken talking about sending, they're going to keep pushing Ukraine aid all the way to January 20th before Trump gets into office, because they know that once he does get in there, he's going to stop sending all of our money to Ukraine, because that's where literally all of our money is going right now. So we'll check this out here. Let's see.
As we're working to make sure that Ukraine has what it needs to effectively defend itself, the United States continues to step up. We've obligated just recently and pushed out the door another $8 billion in security assistance for Ukraine. That was in September. Another almost $500 million just a few weeks ago. And President Biden is committed to making sure that every dollar we have at our disposal will be pushed out the door between now and January 20th. As we
Think about that for a minute. They want to send every single fund available to Ukraine before President Trump gets into office. Like I said, and they wonder why they're losing the American vote. I mean, to anybody it'd be obvious. I know there's a lot of Ukraine supporters out there. I'll be completely honest with you. When it first happened, I was like, yeah, they need some help, but they don't need every penny of our taxpayers going over to them. They don't. We're going to be paying that for that war for a long time, and I hope the only thing, because there's a lot of it that's just promised money, and when Donald Trump actually gets into office, I hope he puts a stop to it. Honestly, because what are we paying taxes for? I'm not paying taxes to fund foreign wars. I'm not. Anyway. Mm. So AOC, she went on with Joy Reid. Yeah, I know. So we got this, and she is talking about Tulsi Gabbard, saying that she's pro-war. I know, but check this out. I mean, it's insane what these people are they're just nuts, and they're losing their minds.
And we haven't even gotten to Tulsi Gabbard potentially having access to national security information. And Russia loves it, loves her.
And I actually think almost more than Matt Gaetz, Tulsi Gabbard's appointment is devastating. And
How?
Tulsi Gabbard's nomination, as much as she says that she's an anti-war person, she's not.
Yeah.
Yes, she
supports very pro-war individuals,
including
abroad.
in Syria.
And let's be very clear.
I'm just going to tell you this real quickly. Tulsi Gabbard is very anti-war. She cares very much, and you can see it when she speaks. When she talks about her brothers and sisters in uniform, she means it. You can see it in her face, and when she talks about it, she genuinely cares about the military. And that's why I said I wanted her to be in charge of the VA. But I think she'll do good, being the National Intelligence Director. director of national intelligence, rather. But I think she'll do good in that spot. I would have liked her to see. I would have liked to see her as the Secretary of State or in charge of the VA, because because she cares so much about the veterans, she cares about the military because she's a part of it, and I think that's an important component when you're picking these positions. Just like Segeth, I think he's awesome for that role too. And they can say all they want. Oh, he's just a weekend commentator on Fox. He's also a very decorated, you know, military person. So he was in the Army, and I think he deserves the spot he got too. So, but these people just lose their minds. This is another reason. These it's lies and the rhetoric that they use. It's another component of why they keep losing, and they still can't figure out why. It's because of this.
A Tulsi Gabbard nomination is a pro-war nomination.
No, it's not.
Globally.
Not in
point blank,
the
period.
least.
As is Donald Trump as president of the United States.
No,
and
look,
we haven't even gone.
for Joy Reid to come out here and say, "Oh, and so is Donald Trump, pro-war." There was the last time he was in office, no new wars, none. So for her to come out and say that, you know, it's just a blatant lie. They know they're lying, and they just can't help themselves. They just keep going on with it. So.
Into Tulsi Gabbard potentially having access to national security information, and Russia loves it, loves her.
And
Anyway, that's like I said, they just cannot help themselves, and now we got another one here. This is about old Pete Hegseth, and talking about how he's an open white supremacist, which is blatantly untrue. So here we'll look at this one too, because I'm telling you, they're losing their minds and they cannot handle losing. They can't.
Add the Secretary of Defense nominee, Peter Hegseth, the Fox News commentator as well, because this is someone who weekend host. Important
Weekend
distinction.
host.
This is
Don't
someone
mention
who,
his military service
is
and that he's a veteran.
Known to be a white supremacist, known to be an extremist, whose platform, whose book is basically about his opposition to the advancement of black officers to the top brass. And then add the Secretary of Defense.
It's insane. These people, like I said, they're losing. They cannot help themselves. They just can't. We got Colbert last night talking about the nomination for RFK being put in charge of HHS. He's losing his mind about it too. God forbid we get somebody in there that cares about the health of Americans and wants to make food, better and take out a lot of the poisons that we have in the food. So, God forbid we have somebody like that who actually cares about the American people and wants to see us thrive. Anyway, check this. He does a little monologue on a letter to Santa. It's stupid and ridiculous, but check it out.
Dear Santa, I have been a very good boy this year and have only one wish: for a comet to hit the earth and bathe us in the bright, cleansing flames. And one of those electric bikes where you don't have to pedal.
Okay, like I said, these people they just can't, they can't help themselves. And it's honestly, it's kind of sad how all these people, they just, for some odd reason, I mean, even at the, when President Trump met with President Biden yesterday, Biden said there will be a smooth transition of power, and he congratulated him, and obviously all that talk about from Biden saying that he's Hitler and he's a threat to democracy and everything. No, they didn't mean it. It's just talking points, because you can clearly see Biden looked happy as all get out that Trump was in there and that he won against Kamala. Because I said it, I think that Biden is extremely happy that Kamala didn't win. Biden can go down in history as the only one that ever beat Trump. So I think he's happy about that, and the fact that he got pushed out at the last minute for Kamala, I think he's over the moon ecstatic about the fact that Kamala's not going to be in there. I think he's just happy. But hey, that's all I got for now. Appreciate you hanging out through my rants. If you like it, hey, hit that follow, subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. And God bless.